All right, so that's a question 14. So the question 14, just like how you say everybody hope can see there, consider function defined by x equal to bracket, curly bracket, another bracket, and then x, comma y, and the semicolon, x a real number, whereby they give you y equal to -1/4, x minus 3, bracket square plus 2. So which of the following statement is true? So they give a lot of statement there. So let's go to the solution. But before we get started, man, like how we do, so I'm saying let's get to the solution. So man, you can follow me, you can get me on YouTube, channel Banjo Academy, and Twitter, Facebook, you can follow me on the same name, and then subscribe, share, don't forget to, all right, let's get started, right? So let's get started. So let's go to the solution. So solution, they say consider the following equation function defined by, just like I was given the x, y, whereby x are element of real number, like I say x is element of real number, and then -1/4, and then which of the following statement is correct. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the whole function, put it here down, and expand it face. All right, so the first option, they say the graph does not cut the x-axis. So we can just look and say, it does cut, it does not cut. No, you don't know, but just look it. So I'm going to take the equation and just find the x-intercept and see how it was going to happen. So I'm going to take my equation given there. So given y equal to, that's the solution, -1/4, and then we got x minus 3, bracket square plus 2. So I'm going to expand this. This is going to give me y equal to -1/4. So this is going to be, if I expand this, it's going to be x minus 3 times x minus 3. And if you expand this, it's going to be x squared, and then x times -3 is -3x, and then -3 times, okay, so we're going to go slow because other people don't have a fast pace. So x times x squared, x times -3, and then -3 times x is -3x, -3 times -3, +9. So x squared minus 6x plus 9. So this is going to come here, x squared minus 6x plus 9, and then plus 2. So I'm going to open this bracket here. So y equal to -1/4, x squared, multiply that out, -1/4 times going to be plus, and then this going to be 3/2. If you multiply -1/4, negative positive, 1/4 times 6 is going to be 3/2, but we have x, and this is going to be -9/2, and then we plus 2, so I can simplify further here. So this same as say -1/4, x squared plus 3/2 shows me x, and then 3/2x, and then after that, and the last one is going to be -1/4. So it's going to be -1/4. So it's going to be -1/4. So this is a function here. I mean a quadratic. Now if I had to expand, so now we know, because they say the graph is not going to cut at x, we're going to test the roots. So how are we going to test the root? Remember, this MSA, if you have to compare with the standard equation of quadratic, this MSA ax squared, let me just add a pen here, ax squared plus bx plus c. So what is our a? Our a equal to -1/4, and our b equal to positive, and then our c equal to -1/4. So -1/4. So now we say, excuse me. So now we say our a equal to -1/4, and then our b equal to 3/2, and our c equal to -1/4. So let's test the roots. How are we going to test the roots? I don't even know. It's easy. So for you to test the root of quadratic equation, if you don't understand the rules, you can just go to some of our video, or you can let me know, and then I'll tell you which video. But if you check in my series, you're gonna get the video which explain how you're not gonna know the root of quadratic equation. So you always say, see what I'm saying? You always say that's equal to b squared minus 4ac. So I'm saying, so now we have to find b squared minus 4ac and c. If this one, if it's greater than 0, it's greater than 0, and then you have a 2 and equal root. 2 and equal root. If you get the result of this one here, which is, if it's gonna be equal to 0, means 2 equal roots. 2 equal real roots. Even this only has to be 2 unequal real roots. But if you get this one less than 0, meaning this change here. If this one is less than 0, and then you say 2 unequal imaginary roots. So now we're going to have to plug in the value of b minus 4ac. So we're going to say, okay, so let's go. So b, what is a b? So we say change b. What is a b? b 3 over 2 in the bracket minus 4 times a. What is a? Negative 1 over 4. And then times c equal to negative 1 over 4. Okay, so now we say plug this one, and we plug in this one. So now you're gonna get this equal to 9 over 4, and then minus minus minus, you're gonna get minus, and then this is gonna give us the answer. Look, 4 and 4 cancel, obvious, 4 and 4 cancel, so negative 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 negative, so you get 1 over 4, and then finally you're gonna get 8 over 4, which equal to 2. So then we're gonna conclude now b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. So the changes, which equal to b squared minus 4ac, we see equal to 2, which is greater than 0. So when it's greater than 0, we have check here. If it's greater than 0, you see this condition here? It has to 2 unequal real roots. Alright, so just like how we see here, right? So since this value of so I'm saying b squared minus 4ac is greater than 2, then we say, okay, so we have a 2 unequal. If it's greater than 2, and then we say 2 unequal real roots. But if it's equal to 0, and then we say 2 equal real roots. But whatever you get, e and b minus 4ac, if it's less than 0, then it's 2 unequal imaginary roots. So for this case, means you have a 2 equal real roots, means is 2 unequal real roots. My apology, 2 unequal real roots. So that means it's gonna cut at x, means we're gonna have a 2 roots, and this root they're gonna be 2 unequal. So for that case, it's gonna cut at x. So now we go for b. So option b say y is less than 2 for all x are element of domain of f. So what does that mean? So I'm saying, so now we go take another page here quick. So take another page. So they say here in equation they say, so in equation they say, so they say y, yeah, in the equation they say y, how to say? They say y is less than 0 for all x are element of domain of f. So let's see. So we're gonna take the equation first. Man, it's easy, man. This one I don't even have to calculate it. So I'm gonna say, okay, so let's see now. So excuse me. So now we say, so we take an equation given here, which is this one right here. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, easy. So it's y equal to negative 1 over 4, and then x minus 3 squared plus 2. So what does that mean? Remember, this is value of y at turning points, and this value of x at turning points. And sometimes they compare with a x minus h squared plus k. Or some the other books or some the other source of information, they say a. No, most of the time it's h and k. Most of the time, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say, okay. So for that case, my turning points. Look, I told you in the other previous example, right? Meaning if these signs are the same, and then our h at turning points, so vertex equal to positive 3. But if it's different, they say negative. But you see same. So also k is gonna be equal to 2. As long as it's the same. If it's different, then you change the sign. So h equal to 3 and k equal to 2. But if this one, let's say it was negative, it's gonna say k equal to negative. They all have to have the same. If the same sign, you plug it in the way how it is. But if it's different sign, then you flip, like here, see, negative negative. So you say, okay, h equal to 3 only. Okay, positive, so k equal to 2. But if the sign is different, and then also you put negative, one of them. You know, it depends on which one's gonna have a negative, positive. So now, excuse me. So now we're gonna say how the question say here. The question say y is less than 0 for all. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. You know why? Because these are turning points. So if these are turning points, meaning, okay, look, man, I like this question. So we're going to have x-intercept, and we have a 2 and equal real roots. And the graph is going to turn at 3 and 2, means this x, maybe this 3, and this is 2 somewhere here. 3 and 2. 3 and 2. So this graph, and then where is going to cut? So I'm saying y-intercept, we have this one, -1/4. This -1/4 is y-intercept. So y-intercept, -1/4. Let's say this -1, -1/4 is here, somewhere here. So this graph is going to go like this. Why is it turning upward? Downward. You know why? Because there's a negative here. See this negative here? It tells this graph, it tells us this graph is going to concave what? Downward. So I'm saying this graph is going to concave what? Downward. So for that case, this range means, look here, from here down, that's our range. So it means the value of y starts from +2 all the way, because the graph goes concave downward. So that's our range. So our value of range, say range, y are all element of real number, y element of real number, whereby this y has to be less or equal to 2. Means, look, the value of y covered by this graph is start from 2 with this graph, because on top of 2 we don't have any figure. So the value of y, look, how does it cover? This is how you check range from here. See, that's what cover with the graph. So this value of range. So that's why I say range is less than or equal to 2, because the graph touch at value of y. So our range equal to 2, equal or less to 2. So that's how they say here. Value of y, which are called range, is for all elements x. X are element of domain of f. So yes, that's true. Now they say the y-intercept of the graph is, so now the second one is true. So this is true here. Okay, what about the first one? The graph does not cut x-axis. No, it's not true. We have seen it has 2 equal roots. Now we go for the third one. The y-intercept of a graph is -1/4. I think I've shown this. After you expand this graph given, expand, and then after expand we get these. So this is our y-intercept. C is y-intercept here. C is y-intercept. You can expand just like how it is. C is y-intercept. So y-intercept equal to -1/4. And you can see here, when y-intercept x equal to 0, mean this is going to be 0. 0 times 3/2 is 0. 0 times, so it's going to be -1/4. Do you understand what I mean? This one here, see here, is the same with this one. And we see, after we expand, and I've shown expand, so this is a y-intercept -1/4. And that's true. So now in this option, they say y-intercept of a graph of f -1/2, 1/4. Yes, it's true. So option is B and C. Question 14 is B and C. So I'm going to say, okay, B and C. So option B and C. B and C. Question 14 is B and C. So question 14 is B and C. So which is option 5? Option 5. Option 5. So B and C, option 5. Okay, option 5. Only B and C.